Welcome to Live in the Pub. It is Susan O'Rourke here, and I'm here, of course, with Zig Zeitler. It's a great day in the pub.
It's a great day in the pub. It's always
Glad
a great
you
day
guys
in the
could
pub.
join us. We got a full house today.
Yes, we do.
I know it. It's because the weather is changing, and people are scurrying in from the outside like they're afraid.
Hey, guys, make a little more room for those other people coming in, okay? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, pardon me. Excuse me. Out of my way. Excuse me. Pardon me. Out of my way. Well, we have a great day of music lined up today. We're going to listen to a little bit of Fingal because I don't think a lot of the folks here get to hear Fingal very often. It's actually a trio of some more notoriously great players that have kind of combined their talents to form an even greater, more powerful source of music, which would be the trio Fingal. And I'm going to just read a little bit of your liner notes to it. Well, first of all, in Fingal is James Keane, Randall Bays, and Datai Sproul. For those of you who are familiar with some of the players, Keane, of course, on accordion, Randall Bays on fiddle, and Datai Sproul on guitar and vocals. Datai being a member of the band Alton, so they might be familiar with Datai through that.
Yeah.
And James Keane and Randall Bays have both played with many really phenomenal players and have been on many CDs and recordings. So I'm sure some of you who already have some traditional music in your library of CDs probably already have recordings by these three individuals, maybe in another formation.
Yeah.
So the liner notes on it is Fingal brings the fruits of 3 lifetimes in traditional Irish music to their first recording as a trio. Speaking geographically, James Randall and Datai are all transplants. James from Dublin City to Queens, New York. Randall from Indiana to the Seattle area of Washington State. And Datai from the city of Derry to the Twin Cities of Minnesota. But none have ever strayed far from their true musical home, deep in the roots of the hearty rhythms and heartfelt emotions of Irish dance, music, and song. With these performances, many recorded before a live audience, Fingal will take you home with them. Enjoy the trip. And not only do they perform some phenomenal traditional pieces, but a lot of their music also is original. So you're going to get a good glimpse into what they do with the few cuts that we're going to play. So we're going to start out today's show listening to some great pieces by Fingal. The first one is going to be, let me see here, a set of jigs, the Hag's Purse, the Sturgeon, and the 10-penny bit. And then we are going to hear Bob McQuillan's The College Groves, The Maids of Mitchellstown, and The Humours of Laufrey, which are hornpipes and reels. So hang on to your seats. Here we go. Fingal.
Let's give it a listen.
Thank you.
Listening to Fingal, which is the trio comprised of James Keane on accordion, Randall Bays on fiddle, Datai Sproul on guitar and vocals, and you are live in the pub, just in case you stumbled across us totally by accident. And we feature Irish traditional music as well as Irish contemporary music and some stuff that's not Irish at all that was stolen for the Irish.
Because we can do that. We're Irish.
Yeah, we are. Well, yeah, most of us are. And those of us that aren't wish they were. Isn't that true?
That's right. Yeah.
Parts of this CD, at least I think a good majority of it was actually recorded live in concert at Whidbey Island in Washington in 2007. And additional tracks were recorded at the World Studios in New York, and Natural Sound Studios in St. Paul, Minnesota. I think part of the CD was also recorded live in Kansas City, Missouri, the following year. So this CD has a lot of hands in it. I mean, it has three great players, but it also has some really great producers that came on board, and mastering engineers and people that came in to mix and design layout. And it's truly a real group project here.
Yes, it is.
And it is also a group project in the artistic sense, in that some of it's very traditional and some of it is contemporarily written to sound traditional.
That's right.
So I always find those pieces really intriguing. We're going to hear another cut off of this CD. Let me see, which one are we going to... Oh, I know what we're going to listen to. We're going to listen to an O'Carrollin tune, Planxty John Kelly. And I pulled this one simply to go out to my good friend John Kelly down in DeWitt, Michigan, who is a really phenomenal musician. And I've known him for many, many years, probably 1970s. And he was a member here in our region of the folk music society over in Midland, and at a young age started building hammer dulcimers and went on to build some absolutely phenomenal instruments that you can still get today, I believe, through John Kelly. So look him up. So here we're going to listen to Planxty John Kelly, which is an O'Carrollin tune.
very nice. That's very sweet.
Yeah, it's a great melody. I think that's probably one of my favorite Carolyn pieces. Actually, I'm not drawn to the ones that are so famous, but I really like this one a lot. We're going to hear just one more cut off of the Fingal CD, and it's actually a song, and it will be sung by Datai Sproul, and it's one of my favorite Irish ballads. As a matter of fact, we've covered this ourselves on the Chance the Arm CD. It's called Bonnie Light Horseman, and it's about one of the Napoleon Wars, and how this woman who loses her lover in one of the wars, and the tragic part of the story, of course, because there always has to be a more tragic part because it's Irish music, is that he wasn't just like killed in battle. No, he was already decommissioned and heading home when he was killed. So there was a really unjust point to his death. So how sad.
Not good.
So we're going to hear that, and then we're going to get a bit of Mr. Liam Lynch, the extra large leprechaun, is going to give us our calendar. So make certain that you are, if you're in the car, pull over and make sure you get those dates and places where you need to be this next coming week for Great Irish Events, and then we'll be talking to you in a minute. So enjoy.
And you do need to be there.
And you do need to be there. Yes. We're taking names.
When Bonaparte commanded his troops for to stand, and he mounted his cannons all over the land, and he mounted his cannons, the whole victory to gain, and he slew my true lover, returning from Spain. Broken-hearted I'll wander for the loss of my lover. He's my bonny light horseman, in the wars he was slain. And if you could see my true love on a cold winter's day, with his rosy red cheeks and his curly brown hair, while mounted on horseback, the whole victory to gain. And it's on the field of battle great honour did gain. Broken-hearted I'll wander for the loss of my lover. He's my bonny light horseman, in the wars he was slain. And the dove she laments for her mate as she flies. Oh, where, tell me, where is my true love, she cries. And where in this wide world is there one to compare to my bonny light horseman, was slain in the wars. Broken-hearted I'll wander for the loss of my lover. He's my bonny light horseman, in the wars he was slain. And if I was an eagle and had wings to fly, I would fly to the place where my true love does lie. And with my great flapping wings his wounds I would heal, and contented forever on his breast I'd remain. Broken-hearted I'll wander for the loss of my lover. He's my bonny light horseman, in the wars he was slain.
Well, hello, Siusan and Zig. Sorry I'm a little late. I had to stop and vote. Did you vote yet? I hope so. Tomorrow, Conklin, they have their sessions. But Thursday in Richland, at the Richland Community Hall. Frankie Gavin, Tommy McCarthy, and Louis Costello at the Richland Community Center. Great time. All the prices, all the information you need is right on our calendar of events. Just click on Thursday, November the 10th, and get it. And if you can't get over to Richland, which is way over on the west side of the state, don't fret, because they're going to be here on Sunday in Detroit at the Gaelic League and Irish American Club. So that same act, same show I was talking about will also be available Sunday at 4 p.m. So check that out. On Friday, happy Veterans Day to all our veterans friends, and memory of those gone by. On Saturday, the 12th in Detroit, I got to tell you, this one really looks interesting to me. It's also at the Gaelic League. It's an Irish cooking school, demonstration and lunch. For all the information, you better get on that one and get your reservations in, so don't hesitate. Look it up on Saturday, November the 12th on MI Irish's schedule of Irish and Celtic events. Go to that, get all the information, and get your reservation in as quick as possible, because you got to do it. And then Sunday, of course, is all of our regular sessions and radio shows. Check them all out. And Monday, don't forget our good friends next Monday, the Michigan Irish Music Cafe show at 4 p.m. and Blarney on the Air with Shay Clark at 9 p.m. You can get links to both of those on the miirish.com page on the schedule of Irish and Celtic events. Just go to the date you want to do something and click on the information to get everything you need to know. And as always, my friends, stay Irish.
We will.
Okie dokie, Liam. I love Liam. I love that big elf.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad he's here in the pub all the time with us,
Mm-hmm.
giving us the skinny on what's going on. It's
All the
Irish.
stuff. Yep.
I know. Hey, we're going to share a little bit of music with you from our own CD. We never do that. So when I played the Datai Sproul version of Bonnie Light Horseman, it made me think, of course, of our Chance the Arms CD, because we had recorded Bonnie Light Horseman on that one, too.
Yes, we did.
I'm not going to play Bonnie Light Horseman again, though.
No.
We'll pick something totally different. But we have experienced a little bit of success with Chance the Arm. We were blessed a little bit on it. It was actually named the 2014 Celtic Album of the Year by Irish Radio Celtic Echoes. And we've enjoyed it quite a bit. And not actually, like, we don't listen to our own CD. I don't mean it like we've enjoyed our own CD quite a bit. I mean, we've enjoyed the fact that we got that little bit of a plug from that, because those plugs are kind of few and far between. So we try to enjoy them.
Nice to hear the appreciation.
It is nice. So the first question that most people ask me about the CD called Chance the Arm is, what does Chance the Arm mean? And I thought everybody knew that. I mean, when I grew up in Brooklyn, anytime we did something risky, we would say, hey, let's chance the arm, and go and do it. And we would take the chance. So what I've done is I've kind of got a little bit of a history of the term Chance the Arm here that I'll read to you. Chance the Arm actually originated in 1492 in Dublin, Ireland. A dispute between the Butlers, who were the Earls of Ormond, and the Fitzgeralds, who were the Earls of Kildare, was resolved in 1492 by a brave act and magnanimous response. James Black, the nephew of the Earl of Ormond, was fleeing from Fitzgerald's soldiers. He took sanctuary in the chapter house of St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin. Though he had the upper hand with his soldiers surrounding Black and his men, George Fitzgerald, Ireland's premier earl, wished to end the bloody feud between both families. He pleaded with Black through the chapter house's oak door to step out and negotiate peace. Black rebuffed all requests, fearing it was a trick. Fitzgerald ordered his soldiers to cut a hole in the center of the door. He then thrust his arm through the precarious opening in a desperate attempt to prove his intentions of peace, thus, chancing his very own arm to a swift sword. It was a risky venture, as any of Black's heavily armed men could have taken the Earl's arm off. Instead, Black took firm hold of his adversary's hand, shook it, and ended the dispute. This gave way to the phrase, to chance one's arm, which means to take a risk in hopes of something good to come out of it. And that, dear folks, is pretty much how we feel every time we release a new CD.
Yeah.
We are chancing the arm.
Ain't that the
But you
truth?
know that very door, they call it the door of reconciliation,
Mm-hmm.
with the hole carved out of it in the middle, actually hangs at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin, and it's always on exhibit there. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
taking any travel plans to Ireland, and of course usually you hit Dublin when you do that, make sure you go there and check out the door of reconciliation, and imagine shoving your arm through there, not knowing what's going to happen on
I
the
wonder
other
if
side.
ever put something over the hole, like they nailed it shut, and then they would call it the Holy Nail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we're going to listen to a couple of cuts off of Chance the Arm. The first cut we're going to hear is our Falalolo, which is actually, I think, a Scottish drinking song. But the cool thing on it is that when we recorded it, our middle daughter, Addie, was still in high school over at Saginaw Arts and Science Academy, and she was in the Voice Key program, and her friends actually sang harmony vocals on this first cut. So we will hear a little bit of Addie, Emerald Joyner, David Brown, and David Horwath on our Falalalo, and then we will hear, drumroll, 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 Derry Street, which is a song about a street in Derry, which is where Datai Sproul comes from. It's in Northern Ireland, and Derry was notorious for the hanging of the Irish on Derry Street. And this particular ballad is unusual because it ends well.
All right.
So we're going to hear two cuts off of Chance the Arm. I hope you like it.
There's a lilt in the song I sing, there's laughter and love. There's a tang of the sea and blue from heaven above. Of reason there's none, and why should there be forby? As long as there's fire in the blood and a light in the eye. And whether the blood be Highland, Lowland or no, and whether the skin be black or white as the snow, of kith and of kin, where one be it right, be it wrong, as long as our voices join the chorus of song. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. Fa la li fa lo, I fa la la the blood be Highland, Lowland or no, and whether the skin be black or white as the snow, of kith and of kin, where one be it right, be it wrong, as long as our voices join the chorus of song. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. Fa la li fa lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa la la eh. I fa la la lo, I fa After the morning, there comes an evening, and after evening, another day. And after false love, there comes a true love. I'll have you listen now to what I say. I swear, my love, he is the finest young man. As fair as any the sun shines on. But how to save him, I do not know this, for he has a sentence to be hung. As he was marching the streets of Derry, he kept a lonely watch for me. And he looked more like a commanding officer than a man to die upon the gallows tree. Oh, where's my love? She is so long a-coming. Oh, what detains her so long from me? Or does she think it a shame or scandal to see me die upon the gallows tree? He looked around and he saw her coming, and she was dressed all in woolens fine. The weary steed that his love was riding, it flew more swiftly than the wind. Come down from the cruel gallows. I have your pardon from the king. I'll let them see that they dare not harm you, and I'll crown my love with a bunch of greens. I'll let them see that they dare not harm you, and I'll crown my love with a bunch of greens.
That was our very own Chance the Arms CD, Susan O'Rourke and Zig Zeitler.
And you know, we had other people on this CD too. It was the very first time we've added other players to our CD, and we had a great time putting it together. Zig, of course, plays bouzouki, mandolins, guitar, banjo on this CD, and I do some guitar work and vocals, of course. We had harmony vocals by Sally Potter. We had Andre Brunet from up in Canada do some violin on Un Canadien Errant. We had Eldon Kelly do a guitar piece on Gowden Loch Savannah. Miles Thompson, when he was just like 16 years old, added a fiddle track on. Dee Dee Tibbetts came in and did some harp, melodeon whistles. Kat Morris, of course, did Bowron. We had some other backup singers on a couple of the other songs. Kevin Oswald, Jamie Lucille, Mia Kropf, Shirley Rose, Tom Bingham, Hillary Hubler, Jan O'Leary, Gary Moore, and we just had a great time putting this CD together. So it's been that was a fun thing. We got to start working on a new one now already. Hard to believe, but that was like 2 years ago.
Yep.
So
Goes by fast.
Time flies when you're having a ball, and we are
That's
having a
right.
ball. So we're going to listen now a little bit more to some more local fare. I believe this band is from Michigan. It's called Blarney Castle. I've been hearing a lot about the band from Mr. Liam Lynch, so I'm going to give it a spin. The name of the CD is To a City Fair, and we're going to listen to two cuts off of this CD. Let me see here. Which two cuts do you want to hear? Let's listen to Lunasa and it's Bronley, I believe. How's it pronounced? Bronley. Scottish, I think. So, either way, they're two really lovely cuts, so I hope you enjoy it. Listening to a little Blarney Castle to a city fair.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, we're listening to Blarney Castle, and they are a Michigan band, and we're going to maintain that focus a little bit when we close out the show. We're going to move to a band in Indiana.
Indiana.
Indiana wants me, Lord, I can't go back there.
That's not Irish.
It is if you're Irish singing it.
You're going to get demoted for that. I don't know. You're going to get penalty for that. Oh, it's going to be bad.
Well, let me tell you just a little bit about who you're going to be listening to. This is going to be Dimitri Alano. He's out of the Indianapolis area, and he's surrounded by great musicians down there, and he runs a great session down there too, so look him up. And we're going to hear a couple of cuts off of his CD called The End of the Evening. One is going to be, one of my favorite is the Three Little Fishies and Hilary's Hornpipe. And then we're going to close off with Sean Ryan's Champion March, which is being played by the Dead Last Kaylee Band, and I thought that was appropriate.
Wow.
So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I hope we see you next week. So until next week, safe home.
And don't forget to tune in next week right here live in the pub, and make sure you check out the websites and all that stuff. The
Facebook, like
pages.
us.
Yeah, like us
Live
on
in the
Facebook.
pub on
What's the
Facebook.
number of Facebook?
Live in the pub on Facebook.
Okay, we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.